Hey everyone, happy Friday. My name's Ellen. I'm from Wild Birds Unlimited in Joliet, and we go live every Friday to tell you what's new, what's happening at the store, and what's happening out in nature. Tonight's program, we're talking all about fall migration as part of our what's happening out in nature. I hope you've been seeing many, many birds into your feeders, and many of you are talking about birds that are showing up that you haven't seen since spring migration, which led me to think that maybe we should start talking about fall migration, since that technically starts in August, right after most of our birds finish up nesting season and they start heading back out of town. So I figured we would talk about that. So we will talk about that towards the end. But I first wanted to show off some of the new products we have gotten in, because it is starting to look a lot like fall in here. And we have some new fall items, and we have some new Halloween items too that I wanted to kind of show off. And the first ones I want to talk about real quick are the new, how cute are these? And there's more. I just wanted to bring over two cute little squirrel on mushrooms. Their faces are just adorable, and I know how many of you love our squirrels, so we have a bunch of these around here. We also have some new, look at this guy. I love her. She's so cute. Georgette and I were commenting on how wonderful she is with her wine glass, the ghoul, the ghost and the pumpkin. Super, super cute. But lots of new items are coming in for fall and Halloween. Some lighted up items, super, super cute as well. And we have new globes. Now, the first one I'm going to show is not a light up globe like we have for the for Christmas and the holidays. This one is just like your standard snow globe, but check it out. I love the bats floating around, and it's a crow on a skull on books. It's super cool. I love this one. So one more time. Just love it. It's just so cool. Now we have one light up snow globe. This one does have an option to use with battery or a USB charger. And I'm going to show you it. How cool is that? 3 witches around the cauldron. Lots of glitter. The lights. It just looks super cute. And I just like this pumpkin kind of style globe. Looks really fun for for Halloween, which is right around the corner, if you believe it or not. But let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. How are your birds doing? How are you doing? Are you seeing lots of birds at the feeders? This week, why we brought up the topic of migration is Phil had seen a Oriole return back to his feeders, and of course he didn't have the jelly out. So he was all kicking himself and giving himself a hard time about not having the jelly out there for those Orioles. But believe it or not, we're coming to the end of summer, which means we are coming to the beginning of fall migration. And typically, fall migration is from August to November, with the peak of migration being September through October. So this is the time to start preparing for that. And before we get going on migration, I want to do one big thing, which is to unbox a new product that I think would make a great timing to put it out right now, because it's the beginning of fall migration, and you might be able to see some new birdies in your backyard that you might typically not see come to different feeders, because this product is absolutely awesome, and I'm so excited we finally got it in. So we're going to do an unboxing of the new bird reel product called the Egg. Now, this product is really awesome because you don't have to, as you can see, unlike many of our other camera feeders, this one is not a camera. This is not a camera feeder. It's not a feeder. This is just a camera, and it has a solar compartment so that you can either charge it solar, or you can use a USB to charge the battery in this product. But what I think is so awesome about it is there's so many different mounting options. And one of the other ways that they were showing it is on water, which is a really big important thing for migration. Birds need to be able to not only hydrate and stay hydrated and drink, but they need to condition their feathers, and bathing is a big important part of feather maintenance. So one way you could use the egg is to mount it near your bird bath and check out all the birds that are coming to your yard. Now, not every bird will come to your bird feeder, but every bird needs water. So a really great way to enhance the bird action in your yard is just by putting out water. And by getting it moving, it's literally irresistible for your birds. So think about that. Now, we are going to unbox this together since they just arrived in. I will walk you over to the bird reel and Burfy, the camera feeder section, just so that you can see it kind of mounted and how and all that, and see it in person. But we're gonna unbox it together right now, okay? Because I wanted to show you all about this. So what I most love about Bird Reel is all the information that they have in the box. So when you first open it, you're of course going to see the product guide. There's lots of QR codes so you can easily connect to the Bird Lover app, which comes free with your purchase. There's no extra subscription for it. But they give you all sorts of details and information on your product, on the Bird Lover app and all the features that it provides. I love that they go through exactly what it's going to look like on your smart device, such as your phone or a tablet, so that you can easily connect it right away when you're setting it up. But check out this. See, I wanted to show you this page for some of the mounting options for this product because I think it's really, really cool. So as you see here, they're mounting it inside of a birdhouse. So we do, of course, carry a birdhouse with a camera already inside, but some of you have like a favorite house that your birds have been using for a long time. This is an option that you can use to see what's going on in that favorite new house or favorite house that has been existing in your yard by using this. And you can mount both the solar component and the camera all on the house itself. The other option here is they're showing it off of a bird bath and using the magic arms that come in here, and we'll talk about those on to a separate location, maybe a wall or a tree nearby your bird bath. So that's an option. And then of course the third option here is to attach it to your feeder pole. And it's a kind of a universal adapter for, again, those magic arms that you see that the solar and the egg are on, so that you could watch the birds at feeders in a different location. So what's really awesome about this product is that you can pretty much use it anywhere you like to go watch your birds. And it doesn't necessarily have a feeder. You can paste it at the feeder that you already personally have and you really enjoy, and it gets a lot of action. The egg is a great option. All right, so that's what you're going to first see is your product guide here when you open up the box. And then there's this protective window here that goes over all the goodies inside. Now what's nice is there's 3 different levels of equipment in here. So the first one obviously here is your the solar screen that's right here. This part is for the egg for mounting purposes, and this one is the egg, and I want to take it out to show you exactly how small this awesome camera is, and I'll give you some quick information about this camera right here. All right, so this camera, the egg, provides 4 megapixel photos and 2K UHD live stream video. All right, it connects to the Wi-Fi, and it has motion detection in there. It has night vision on it, and again, it charges either via solar or a USB cable, which is included in your kit. So pretty awesome that this little guy produces such a great turnout on the camera and the live stream. Really excited for this as well. So just like your Bird Lover app, that if you have a Bird Lover, a bird reel feeder, or the hummingbird feeder, or the house, you can use that same Bird Lover app for all those devices. So you can add additional devices such as the egg or another house or another camera feeder to your existing app, and you can just switch between those devices to see what you are getting. The cool thing about the Bird Lover app is that it is free when you are purchasing from Bird Reel. There's no extra subscription needed and required, so you get all the perks of that app automatic when you are purchasing a Bird Reel product such as this egg. All right. You also have the option to do video playback, and it's stored on the SD card here on your device. All right. And it includes AI bird recognition, and you can share all those videos and photos with your family and friends, which is always so much fun. And again, no subscription required from Bird Lover app. It comes automatically free with your purchase of your Bird Reel product. So really, really awesome. In here also are more mounting parts. So the next level is the mounting equipment. Now there are mounting panels, so if you are trying to mount on a tree or your house or a fence, those are what you're going to likely use. They also have this really cool adapter piece that is for a pole system. So like our pole system, this would fit perfectly for. You attach on here on these little screw nodes that are on this this piece would slide on your pole, and you thumb screw it tight. On here though, there are these two magic arms here, and these magic arms are flexible. They move. They're not when you feel it, it's sturdy. It's not going to just flimsy. You do have to use a little bit of muscle to move it. It's not just kind of like a pipe cleaner where you can bend it in half in a whim. This is actually really, really sturdy, so I really like that. And there are two of them. So there's one here, and there's another one here, so that you can attach one to your egg and one to your solar panel and attach them different ways. So if you were putting this on a pole system and you want to film the birds that are at the feeders that are existing there, you would just screw this part in, like so, and then attach the egg on one side, right here, on this end, and then you would do the same thing with the other arm and attach the solar panel. That way you can attach it to your pole system and aim your egg right at the feeder that you want to capture the action at, and it will do that. And it's all located on the pole system itself, which is really, really awesome. I also love that you could also use another piece, and I'll show you that in a second, to utilize the magic arms as well. So in here, there's that. On the last level here, we have more, we have some charging cables, some USB cables. There's also some magic arm extra parts and some cable ties, but there's also this piece here. And this piece, let me get it out of this little plastic real quick, is again another way to utilize those magic arms. So you would put those magic arms on, again, these screw nodes, and then attach this piece to, let's say, a fence or your house or tree that's nearby, say your feeder pole or a bird bath or a different item that you are trying to attract birds to. So a really cool way that you can mount them in different directions. Now all the pieces that you need are here in the box. It's all set to go. It's ready to set up in just minutes. You of course do need Wi-Fi for this to work, but one of the best things that I love about Bird Reel products is that their support is so awesome. On this card here and in numerous places on that user manual, there are ways that you can contact Bird Real for support. So here at the store, we have called them, we have emailed them. Whenever we do have a customer that comes in that has a question, we automatically call Bird Real. Bird Real has never failed to not figure out the answer to the problem and not solve the problem right away. We've had even the wonderful experience of a customer Bird Real helped a customer here at the store connect to their device using Hotspot. So it's pretty amazing how great of customer service Bird Real provides, and I highly recommend them. Bird Real products when it comes to bird feeding and electronic devices, because they really do care about birds. They really do care about how birds are using the product, and also how we are using the product to enjoy the birds in our backyard. So if you're looking for another way to enjoy the birds in your yard, I highly recommend you come out and check out the Bird Real products and other electronic feeder and houses that we have here at the store. Again, this egg product is brand new, just came in. I want to say it came in yesterday. It may have come on Wednesday even, but we do have one, and I will show you, as I told you, I will show you it set up on our pole, and I will show you that here in a second. But again, this is the egg made by Bird Real, and we just unboxed it here live. All right, let's take you over to show you that before we get talking about fall migration. All right, I'm going to take you on a little ride. So over here we have this awesome pole set up with all of our camera feeders and Bird Real products and Burfie products. Up here is Burfie. It's our only hanging camera feeder, and also not only holds seed, but it holds suet as well. This one does come with a solar panel that you attach separately. The other Bird Real products that we have include the feeder. This is actually the Generation 2. We just got in more of the new generation Bird Real cameras, so you have the best of the best when you are purchasing Bird Real. And then, of course, the Hummingbird one that we have had. And on the back side here, we have the house. So Bird Real these are the 3 products that we have had previous to acquiring the new egg. So as you can see, we set it up here so that the solar panel is over here and the egg is on this side here, so that it could be potentially filming the feeders that are around it, just as shown. But you can come in and check it out in person and see it for yourself. It is absolutely awesome. All right. Before we get going on fall migration, I want to quickly talk about our upcoming events, because I don't want to forget. And sometimes when we get to the end, I forget. But tomorrow we have a native plant sale happening here at the store from 10 to 2. We have a ton of plants. We have so many. We have 3 or 4 different kinds of milkweeds. We have all the favorites from last time. So if you really liked the cardinal flower, or your royal catchfly, or your Monarda, or the cone flowers, those are all tried and true. We still have them, but we have added additional trees and shrubs. So this time around we have the eastern rose, redbud. We have a white oak. We have a chokeberry, and we have a spice bush. So come on by. All of our trees and shrubs are in 1-gallon containers, and the plants are in pint containers. So really great pricing. They're locally grown from Possibility Place Nursery. Shout out to Possibility Place for helping us out on picking a great selection of plants again, and for always coming through for that. Possibility Place is not only family run, which is awesome, and we are family owned and operated as well. So I always like to support other small businesses in that way, but also they are the largest native plant growers in the entire Midwest, which is pretty awesome. That they are only about 40-ish minutes away. It kind of depends on which direction you go. They are in Moni on Manhattan Road. So they do have hours that you can go and shop retail as well. Go on their website or call them to find out more. But that's where we are getting our plants from. So really great source and really great people and really great plants. So come on by for that. Also happening at the end of August, specifically the 28th, 29th, and 30th, is our double point event for Daily Savings Club members. So if you are a Daily Savings Club member, double points is happening, coming up, 3-day event where you earn double the points for all your purchases that in those 3 days, which means that you earn bird bucks double fast. All right, so if you have been eyeing a certain product or like a bird bath or binoculars or you just want to stock up on more food, this is a great 3-day event to make those come in and buy those things, because you're going to be earning double points, which means you earn more bird bucks quicker. Now, if you're not sure what a bird buck is, or maybe you aren't a part of the Daily Savings Club program yet, bird bucks are $10 coupons that you can use in the store on whenever you like. They live on your account, so you don't have to remember to bring in a coupon or bring in your punch card or anything like some of the loyalty clubs there are that have those. Your bird buck lives on your account in the system. So you could use it in the store, or you could use it online on My WBU, as long as you're signing in with the same email and all that information. If you don't know how to connect your My WBU and your DSD and it's not coming up, give us a call at the store. We'll help you out, I promise. But it's going to be a great event. I know some of you are super excited for Double Up Points coming up, and we are super excited to bring it back. So please, please, please come out and enjoy it. The very last Saturday of August, we have a cat adoption event with St. Sophia's Forgotten Felines. So they will be here with a trailer again, and you can shop the adoption trailer with all the cats and kittens that will be there. They are a non-for-profit foster program that finds forever homes for cats and kittens. So if you are in the market for a new best friend to take home, I highly recommend that you go either on our website under store events and find the link for the application. You can also come to the store, and there's a QR code on the door where you can get the application that way as well. If you do the application ahead of time, you're more likely to take home your cat that day. So sign up and fill it out ahead of time, get the paperwork done so you can pick out a kitty and take them home. They are just adorable. I can't ever get enough of the cats and kittens that they bring. Another big thing, just talking about September and some of the events that we have coming up in September, we have 2 presentations. We have one by our very own Chris Ill, who is one of our employees. He is a big help here. He bags majority of our seed and does a lot of back room things, but he is an important part of our team. He is presenting on a store presentation called Noticing Nature and Photography, Raptors and More with Chris Ill. So you come by and he's going to take you kind of on an adventure on how he notices nature through the lens of his camera and his binoculars. So come by for that. That is happening on September 5th at 11 o'clock. Also happening in September, we have a presentation called Why Birding Matters, which really will focus on reports and data that have been collected on why bird feeding makes a difference. So there's kind of this myth going on, and you start to hear it when we start going into fall migration, that birds don't need to be fed. If you keep your feeders up, it's going to prevent them from migrating, which is completely untrue. But this presentation will talk hard statistics and data to tell you why it is beneficial to feed the birds and how you do actually help them. We also have another bird outing in September. It's September 14th at 9 a.m. Or I'm sorry, 9:30 a.m. That's at the Rock Run Preserve, where our normal stomping grounds are for our bird outings. Just come, bring your binoculars, and dress for the weather, and we'll go out and see what we can see at the beginning of fall migration. But also, our resident birds should still be around. We have a feeder cleaning event on September 19th, so mark your calendars for that. The Will County Audubon will be back to help us clean out your feeders. We're asking for a small donation of $3 per feeder as a suggested donation to the Will County Audubon for helping you clean your feeders. We will have that feeder cleaning event from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So you can bring in your feeders. We'll clean them up for you. If you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to go, we'll just give you a call when they are done. This is also a great time to get hands on your feeders to make sure that there aren't any broken components to it. We can usually fix them right here in the store. Okay. Then towards the end of September, we have two amazing animal groups that are coming in. The first one is September 20th from 1 to 3 p.m. We have Crosstown Exotics coming back for that awesome reptile meet and greet. They'll be here. They'll have things such as snakes and toads and lizards, skinks, and a bunch of other things. So lots of fun. Always a good time when Crosstown Exotics come. And then at the very end, the last Saturday of the month, of September, we have a bald eagle coming to the store on September 26th from 11 to 1. So if you want to see that bald eagle, definitely come by. Who Haven will be bringing it. We've had them in the past come to the store when we had this snowy owl. So if you missed the snowy owl experience, go check out on our website. The home page has a bunch of photos from the last time that they were here. But they will be bringing a bald eagle in September, along with, I think, one other bird, maybe two other birds, and a couple other animals as well. All right? But that's what's happening for our events. I just want to quickly talk about migration, because migration is happening now. It starts in August and it technically ends in November, with the peak being in September through October. Now, there are many different ways that we can learn more about migration, but one of the best and honestly one of the most fun ways to kind of learn more about migration is by tracking the migration movements online. And I personally love to use birdcast.org. That is by Cornell, and every day it updates with a prediction on how many birds are migrating through the area. And it's kind of a colored map, and it changes as we go, but that way you can see when peak times are and coming up, so that you can help prepare your birds for coming for that high movement traffic that's coming through your area. Birds migrate for a couple different reasons, but the biggest reason of all is not, in fact, weather. It is not necessarily anything else other than the daylight hours. So as you know, the hours of the daylight are shortening, and your birds are noticing it, and that is like the internal clock telling them it is time to go back down south. Now, of course, there are other factors that play into why birds migrate, but that is the big one. Now, how to help birds during migration is a big thing, and you can do it so well, and your birds are going to love you for all the help that you provide to them. So there are three ways that we help them. We can provide them food and water. Now, of course, food, I'm talking about that high energy fuel that's going to keep them going and restock and replenish their lost energy reserves from travel. So before they travel, they stock up on all that good food that you are providing. So be sure that the blends that you're putting in are high in energy, high in fat, high in protein to make their journey possible. Okay, we want them to not only make it there, but we want them to make it there in style with full fat reserves and, you know, tons of energy left behind. If you need tips on what products to use in your feeder during migration, come in and we will talk to you about what products exactly to use, specific blends and things. But your Plus blends, Feather Pro, Cardinal Confetti, our No Mess Plus is all going to be great options as some suggestions to put in your feeders during migration. Another big part of food and water is the water component, okay? Water, of course, serves as a big important role. It not only helps hydrate them and it helps maintain their feathers, but some birds that won't come to feeders, they must come to water. So if you have water out there, you're going to be providing that clean, fresh water daily. That's going to help them through their trip. The second part to food and water, the second way that we can help is providing safe habitats. Now, this can be seen in a couple different ways. Perhaps it's building a brush pile. Brush piles are great for migrating birds because it's a quick place where they can hide and seek shelter. Maybe when a predator comes in, they don't know the area terribly well, but you have this brush pile that's perfect for not only foraging for insects, but also providing shelter when they need it for a quick getaway from a predator. Avoid chemical use especially anytime, but especially during migration when we're having such an influx of birds. Most likely you're using chemical treatments to eliminate insect pests. Now, I would highly recommend that you use your birds instead of chemicals to combat the pests because your birds are free and they're natural pest control. And they eat hundreds of thousands of insects every year right in your own backyard. And during migration, when we have a lot of bird traffic in our area on those fly-through ways, your backyard really is a restaurant all in itself with all the insects back there. So consider eliminating or severely reducing the chemical use around your home during migration times. And then lastly, a component of keeping a safe habitat is leaving the yard a little wild this fall. Now I'm talking being mild or skipping a heavy fall cleanup altogether. Don't deadhead those flowers. Leave the seed heads alone. Your birds will dine on them throughout the fall and winter. And of course, provide that leaf litter. So leave the leaves or leave a section of leaves for your birds to forage through. Many of our birds are finding insects and things in that leaf litter. And of course, insects such as butterflies and moths may also overwinter in cocoons in that leaf litter. So if you really want a boom in butterflies and moth activity for next year, consider leaving the leaves because otherwise you're going to rake them all up, throw them out with the garbage, or worse, burn them. So keep them around and you're going to have a banging bird and butterfly activity for the next spring. And then the third, so we have food and water, we have providing safe habitats, and then the third component of helping birds during migration is preventing dangers. So there are three main dangers when it comes to migration for birds. One is keeping cats indoors. All right, when birds are coming and stopping over as they migrate through, they are exhausted. And when they take a rest, maybe it's on the ground, maybe it's on a perch, cats that are left outside can prey on them easily. They're sitting targets. And one way that you can just prevent birds from becoming a cat's next meal is by simply keeping the cat indoors. All right, and if you don't have cats or your cats are inside, recommend and advocate for others to do the same. Not only keeps the cat safe, but it also keeps your birds safe, especially during migration when we have a lot more birds in our area and migrating through. Turn off those lights. Okay, some light pollution is a real thing, and it really actually does confuse the birds as they are migrating. Many birds actually migrate at night, so that unnecessary yard landscape lighting or lights outside, even from your windows, can actually confuse the birds as they migrate through. So consider eliminating or severely reducing non-essential lighting. All right, and then you're going to help keep your birds safe, keep them on that path. And then the last part of keeping birds safe during migration is stop and prevent window strikes. So window strikes are when a bird accidentally hits your window because they see a fly through, that reflection on that window as a fly through, and they think that they can pass through. Well, as we know, windows are not pass throughs, and in fact they are deadly to birds. So break up that window by putting on decals such as window gems or feather friendly stickers. We have a couple different types of window decals that you can apply to the outside of the window to help keep your birds safe during migration. All right, 3 simple steps. Okay, I'm sure you can pick one way to provide food and water, one way to provide a safe habitat, and one way to prevent dangers right in your own home or around your house to help birds through migration. All right, guys, I hope we see you tomorrow during our native plant sale. Don't forget, it's from 10 to 2 tomorrow. Shop early for the best selection so that you can grab the plants that you really like. And then we'll see you there. Don't forget, check out our website for more that's coming up in August. And we'll see you next time around 5:30-ish for Friday Live. Bye now.